Welcome back, everyone. And we are back for the last match of the Paradigm Kings tournament. We saw some exciting stuff in the previous game. This was a position start in the opening from the game between Craig and Henry. And Henry coming through there with his second victory against Craig to secure the tournament. And Henry is now the new or the first Paradigm online king. So the first Paradigm king. And yeah, well, congratulations to Mohammed Henry Steele for clinching the title here with a score of 5.5 out of 6, only dropping half a point. So well done again to Henry. And of course, Craig, the co-founder of the variant, scored 3.5 out of 6, which is already clear second. So well done to him as well. So yeah, these two guys know what they're doing with the Dragon Bishops. And here we have our last match between Watu Kobese and Daniel Barrish. They will be fighting it out for third position. Both of them are on 1 point. And this is going to be a fight for third, like I said. Tie breaks. If there is a draw, the tie breaks. First tie break is most wins, and then second is direct encounter. So in this case, with Watu having 2 draws for the event and Daniel scoring 1 win, Daniel has the slight advantage here of being able to afford a draw and taking third spot. So Watu is in a must-win situation to clinch third spot. But yeah, so welcome to Watu and Daniel once more, and also welcome to my co-commentator. I am David Gluckman, and yes, so this is the final one, guys. Just a reminder to you, if you have just tuned in for some reason, if you've missed the whole weekend, this is a double round robin with the best guys playing here with our Paradigm Chess 30 variant created by Lorenzo van Niekerk and Craig Willenberg. And tournament organized by Lorenzo van Niekerk, and of course thanks to our sponsor DDG Beauty and Health for making everything happen. Do like our Facebook page, Paradigm Chess 30, to get more information. Go check out my YouTube channel as well, Calvin Klaassen Chess. There's a 30 clips already on Paradigm Chess 30. We will be uploading the 4 Queens and this very, very soon. So go check it out. So yeah, so now it's time to get our new position for the players. So we're going to ask our organizer Lorenzo to just produce a new fresh position for us. It will be randomized. And of course, the kings and the rooks stay on their original squares, and the rest of the pieces will be shuffled. And there we have it. Just to confirm, players, you haven't played this in the tournament yet?
No,
All right, so. Good. So, yeah, we saw a game between Henry and Craig where the queen was on F1, but I don't know if this is exactly the same. So, interesting stuff. So, good luck to the both of you. You guys can mute yourself, and Watu, you can start the game as soon as you are ready.
Thanks.
All right. So yeah, David, were you with now? Was that the... No, it wasn't this. It was a previous match. Yeah, I don't think you were with when Henry played E4 and then F4 in King's Gambit style. So yes, I wonder if we're going to see this, an early E4 and F4 perhaps. But yeah, both players having something to fight for here. Of course, the prize money difference is 1,000 rand. So once again, Henry takes 5,000 rand home. Craig in second spot gets 4,000 rand, and the guys here are fighting for 3,000 rand, and the last spot will then take 2,000 rand. So everybody goes home with something. Watu has got the white pieces, and Daniel has got the black pieces. And Watu opts for D4 here, and Daniel opening up his queen immediately with F5 and his dragon bishop. So it seems like the guys are playing... okay, I know you like to play E6 and then F5, but the guys are playing, you're opting for your openings here, David.
I think that's case because it's completely different. But yeah. I think F5 in these type of structures in the old MRL paradigm, like more like Fisher random, is quite common because you've got to think, how do you get your queen out and how do you get your bishop on G8? And so you've either got to play the F pawn or the H pawn, really. But you don't need to do that in this type of chess because I mean,
You could even play g6 and then the dragon bishop can come out as well.
there's lots of other ways it can be developed.
Yeah.
So I'm slightly not sure about that, whether it's overly weakening immediately.
Barry's going for an early queen f6. Yeah, I don't know if you really have to do this. He's hitting d4, but white can easily play f3, and then this idea of e4 comes along.
Yeah.
But maybe he has an idea of using his queen this early. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, I mean, for me, like, just look, I'm still trying to figure out how to play this game. But for me, first principles is you shouldn't bring out your queen too quickly, because the dragon especially can chase it around even more than normal chess. So I think even, you know, it's even more so. That's a general principle in normal chess. I think it's
yeah, there's
even
also
more
yeah, and Watu says, why should he defend the pawn on d4? He's gonna go e4 and just take more space. If queen takes d4, maybe dragon to e3, and then he can take on f5 as well, get his pawn back. Why not?
Yeah, because now Daniel has created the possibility of getting chased around, and Watu's going to gain some time.
And Bungie has pointed out there's a double attack being threatened as well. Dragon to h5. Check, and the queen will drop.
Wow, okay.
So typical tactic now.
That might well have been Watu's first thought, because he looks for those tactics.
And dragon to f7 was played, blocking that idea. But now white can even play e5, David. Just take more space.
Yeah, possibly. That's why I'm not convinced on this queen f6. You're just giving extra time.
Watu goes in for that. He plays e5.
But okay, what we've seen before is that the center can get undermined. So this is by no means one-way traffic. Yeah. Because it looks like Daniel just wants to get, I mean, his idea was just to castle quickly on the king side. Okay, and he goes for the weakness on b2 already.
Yep, but knight b3 has been played. Knight b3 protects d4 and covers b2.
Yeah, I mean, I think that queen is still going to come under further pressure later on.
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries something like a5 here or something like that, I guess. Might be consistent with his play.
Yeah.
Make it a bit harder to Watu to castle queenside if he was ever going to think about that. But the other thing is also, you know, Daniel's got a little bit careful. He's on the diagonal of this bishop dragon on g1. So if Watu wants to, I'm not sure it's the best thing to do to create such room, but playing f4, whatever,
threaten
d5's
d5
already coming as possibilities.
Yeah. That is definitely something you should watch out for.
I think that queen could be
very
out so quickly.
Yeah.
I think he will play f4,
yeah. F4 has been played.
Yeah, he's surely not going to take dragon on b3 and then take the pawn on d4. That looks much too dangerous.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, Daniel already has a tough question to answer to.
Yeah. I think general principle, bringing out the queen early is very dangerous in this chess. Sure. I mean, that queen has got very few squares. It's almost trapped already, eh?
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, the other thing is also d5. That, like, it's just a small curiosity is when the queen goes to b4, the queen on f1 protects the structure on f4 as well.
Yeah. Knight to b4 played. Maybe Daniel wants to throw the queen around to h6, maybe. Seems like an only attempt.
To get that d5 square.
But at least giving the queen some space to move.
Well, he's got to do that. I mean, yeah, he probably had to do something like that.
Yeah. The only thing that Watu, I guess, should be watching out for is to overextend without really thinking about it.
That can easily happen.
And I mean, it's still a game. Yeah. I mean, if you have to give up your queen for the dragon bishop, but the position is so closed. Like black is gonna take a long time to open it up.
Yeah. It doesn't look good for me but okay, I don't see an immediate knockout either. So
Yeah. Pawn to d5 has been played, so I'm guessing queen h6 or queen g6. Queen to h6 played. Is
I mean,
that
he's even got moves like e6 and then queen b5 check, eh?
e6 queen b5? Ah, ooh, e6 is very, very nasty. Yeah. Wow.
But okay, like yeah, knight is not the end of the world with this chess.
Yeah. Watu
Uh,
decides to go a bit more natural. He just develops his dragon bishop to e3 from, I think it was from, where's c1, I think.
okay, but knight's going to get into trouble anyway. But I wouldn't be surprised if e6 was just a knockout below
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, that does
Possibly.
look quite dangerous. The dragon bishop on e3 is covering c2, by the way, to the viewers. So a3 is also possible later on. e6 still on the cards.
Interesting, he chose that dragon, not the other one, I guess is the other question.
Yeah.
Was there...
Maybe he wants to long castle. Pawn to
Yeah.
e6 played by black. So stopping the idea of e6 from white. He's fighting for the d5 square. Takes on e6, and I think Daniel did a good job here. Wait. Oh yeah, okay. Takes on e6 with a pawn, queen b5 check, knight c6 could be problematic. Daniel almost already taking on e6 with the pawn, but hesitating now. And he does take on e6 with the pawn. So queen b5 check.
But now the knight can go back to c6 in this variation.
Or you can even go dragon to c6, blocking the queen, defending b7, and defending the knight.
Yeah, so could you do that before, is the question. And
No,
maybe you
because the
could,
pawn... Oh. No, but the pawn would
Yeah,
still
after
be on
you
d5.
capturing, so
After...
you could do it.
No, because you had the pawn on d5. You would play e6, de, and then queen b5 check.
Oh, yes, the pawn is
Yeah.
still on d5. Yes, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, so now it seems a bit... It seems like Daniel has made something out of his position. Watu has just long castle, threatening rook takes dragon. Maybe Daniel is going to have to just bail out in castle. Instead, okay, he
Yeah.
goes dragon to c6. He
But
hasn't
you
left the
wouldn't want to
piece
give
yet.
up a dragon for a rook only. Yeah? That's
I thought that queen b5 would be too dangerous, but he plays dragon c6 and stops it. Yo, Daniel has made a huge improvement from what he had.
I definitely think he is.
You can see the knight from c8 maybe going to e7 as well, and going to d5 perhaps, or...
Because I also thought there were possibilities of knight b5. I didn't mention it, but knight b5 and all those are now also a little bit off the table. Well, that's still possible. Maybe he goes knight d4, yeah.
Yes, knight d4.
Yeah, I think Watu somehow messed this up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think his position's bad by any means, but
that's just from what he had, yeah. So knight d4 it's another threat, though. We've seen this, guys. It's a common idea or common theme actually in this game, chasing around the dragon bishops if they are out. So.
That's why I actually think. I mean, that's the reason I think the knights are stronger than 3 in this 3 points. We talked about it yesterday because they actually, in a sense, this is like the dragons in check. You actually have to use a tempo.
Yes.
Moving that dragon now. Yeah.
Panji suggesting dragon to e7 now. It's keeping everything safe, but then queen b5 check again.
Queen b5 check is in maybe not serious. He's got knights back to c6, but okay, then you
queen
can
takes
take on
b7. Then rook b8. Yeah, I don't think that's bad. But c7 is also hanging, but why not? Okay, so guys, we are back on track over here. Had a bit of a technical difficulty, but it seems like we're back. Yeah, we've got David back in position as well, up and
Mind
running.
you, that queen is still under threat, eh? That queen on h6 is still in trouble.
The queen on h6, yeah, it's still looking awkward. g6 just played, so trying to just get the...
Probably gonna have to bring it back to f8 or something like that, and then move the dragon on e7, and eventually it comes out that way.
Yes, Bungie also mentioning the queen position is awkward. So yeah, what has happened in the meantime? We saw last dragon e7, knight db5, knight a6, dragon g to f2, knight b6, g4, and now g6. So yeah, black still seems to be lacking some space, but yeah, Daniel definitely making a more of a game than we thought would happen. Maybe that e6 move is something critical one can look at again from the suggestion that David gave early on in the game. How does Watu continue here? It seems like Daniel has been covering everything. Do you take on f5? Okay, at least Watu stopping black from castling long. Do you go h4 perhaps? Threatening h5?
Yeah, the other possibility is just to try to block it up again with g5, and then, in a sense, limit those. Like the dragon on f7's got
Not a lot
easy
to do,
go.
yeah.
Not a lot to do.
And then just
And then,
play in the center in the queen side.
I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure you want to close things too much, but it's a possibility.
It's Daniel's move. He's got 8 minutes and 22 seconds. Watu's got 7 minutes 47 seconds. It's PC 30, Paradigm Chess 30. It's the last game of the Paradigm Kings tournament. I am Mohammed Henry Steele, has won the event with a brilliant 5.5 out of 6. Taking down his main rival in the event, Craig Wallenberg, winning that mini match 2-0. So, and then of course Craig coming in second, Craig Wallenberg, with 3.5 out of 6. And these two players are playing for the third spot. And seems like Watu's got a lot of space. He's got a lot of space. He played h4. I see Bungie is in the chat. So yeah. Yeah, so Bungie, everything is looking okay from your side. We had some lapses here. But can you just confirm, is everything looking good? But he says rook d8, rook d7, king b8. That made me an idea for black. And then king c8.
Yeah. It's not easy for me to see how what's going to make progress on the king side, to be honest. I mean, you push your play.
Okay. Again, a bit of lag here from David's side. I hope things are going to get better. Oh, okay, there we have David back again. Bungie, if you can hear us, please just confirm that everything is fine on the channel. Yes, everything good. Okay, thanks. Yeah, sorry, David. We've had the Zoom was also giving us some issues. But yeah, h5 played. So looks like that idea that I was talking about, Watu went for that one with h4 and h5. Just keeping options open to open up lines.
It's not clear how you're going to do anything on that side to me.
Yeah, it's a lot of the dragon bishops are covering a lot of squares defensively, at least.
But yeah, what are you going to do? It's actually not so easy to see a breakthrough idea here.
Knight d5 was played. An exchange has happened on d5. So Daniel has got a pawn on d5, and maybe he's looking at playing dragon to e6 at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It's not going to be easy for white to just open up lines and get something from it. So I think Daniel has worked really hard to actually get himself in the game here. But Watu has now found G takes F5, which gives black an isolated pawn.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about this knight d5. I don't like it because everything was like
Was fine, except his king.
compact and stable on the king side.
Yeah.
Now you've justified White's playing his pawns to g4 and h5.
Yeah.
Uh,
Rook G1 could potentially also come up now. The A7 pawn is also
Yeah.
potentially hanging.
He may even play h6 just to give him a bit of space.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to give up a dragon for that and open up the a4? I doubt it. But the idea is maybe just, I mean, you could bring your knight back to d4, then already you're threatening f5, h6. Lots of ideas there.
Yeah, knight to d4 played. What you're putting the knight on a nice square. E6 also an idea. F5 is hanging.
On the cards now. This knight d5 was not a good move. I don't believe it.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. Things have kind of collapsed here for Daniel, it seems. This GF just weakening everything.
I'm not sure why he did knight d5. It weakened everything in one go. Yeah, and it was sure. Because he can't allow knight takes f5 winning the pawn and the dragon. That would be killing.
Yeah.
So,
how does he stop it? Doesn't seem like he can stop it.
I can't see a defense.
And the king is, yeah. Do you just long castle or what do you do? I think this is close to busted.
You're going to lose a dragon and a vital pawn, and you're going to have these two pawns coming through on F and E file. It looks terrible.
Yeah.
And if you long castle, you've got to worry about dragon. Okay, it won't be checked. Dragon takes A7. It won't be checked.
Yeah.
But,
we saw with Henry and Craig that Henry had the option of playing dragon takes A7, but later on sacked the dragon on the other side of the board to get the queen open to go to A7. So yeah, the dragon is maybe not always so effective close to the king in certain scenarios. But yeah, this is already looking very, very bad.
Interesting question, Calvin.
Yeah.
So let's say you castle queen side. This is just theoretical, and he went dragon takes A7, so it's not check. But then he's threatening queen takes A6, and you can't recapture because the pawn on B7 would be pinned.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Yes. So that's a nice type of dragon pin on B7. That's well spotted. Yes. Those are the type of things. Yes. That these funny little pins and even the discovered attack from the dragon sometimes could be very, very dangerous. For instance,
I think this is just finished now. Yeah, Bundy is saying Alpha 0 H6, which is a possibility, but I think it's stronger just to go take on F5, and you haven't given the G6 square as well.
Yeah, I think he kind of mentioned that a bit earlier.
Maybe a while ago. Okay.
So yeah, Daniel.
Daniel was ahead in time. Now he's way behind. So it's obviously that's an indication he realizes he's in trouble.
Yeah. Question is there a move just to stay in the game? That's why he's taking his time.
Yeah, I actually don't see it because, the bottom line is sure.
Maybe you should just move your dragon on E7 and say...
you don't want to give the dragon away. I think that's your only strategy is not to keep the two dragons, and then there's some possibility of confusion.
So dragon C5 or maybe dragon B4.
Yeah.
And takes on F5 and then queen F8. So he plays queen F8 first. So that just indicates after knight takes F5, then the dragon could move possibly. Of course, white has the option of playing dragon takes F5 first. That's another possibility.
Not a bad idea either. Because
and E6 is on the cards as well. Because if E6, you can take on D5. The dragon on E7 is not protecting D5.
Yeah. And the other option that you've got is okay, because maybe with bishop before. Okay, yeah. It's not a bad idea to go dragon takes f5 and try swap off dragons, because
Yeah.
now it's technically winning for White if he
Yes.
can just swap off things. Although he's got to watch the f4 pawn. So
Watu now decides to play the move that we spotted long time ago, queen b5. Check, and b7 is hanging.
okay. Is he going to go? What is he going to go to c6? He's just going to take on b7, I guess.
Yeah.
Calmly and coolly like that.
So he's just keeping all of those other threats on the other side and just
Yeah.
ruining everything on the other side for
The
black. as
f5
well.
pawn's not going away, I guess.
Yeah.
e6 is not going away. But surely you have to play. I guess you have to play c6. You can't. To play king d8 would be.
He actually just played king d8. So queen takes b7 and the rook b8 just played, and Watu snatches off the knight on a6. Knight c6 is in the air.
Yeah.
Knight
Look,
takes
of all
f5.
the players in South Africa, I think the one you don't want to play this position against is
Is
Watu.
Watu, yeah.
This is like his territory.
Yes.
Okay.
So just queen takes a7 perhaps?
Yeah, I think so. Or why not? I still prefer just e6 and this queen takes b7, but okay. This should be, it's a piece. I mean, is there really any attack on the, I can't see any attack yet. You know, the problem is that dragon on f7 just can't get anywhere.
So dragon to c8 played, covering the king and hitting the queen.
Okay.
But there's nothing
And
really.
also like the dragon on f7, okay, no, it doesn't still can't get anywhere.
Yeah, I was glancing at queen b4 for black, but that's not even possible. Watu's putting the queen on a4 here, and dragon to e8 played quickly. Daniel trying to get in a couple of moves quickly.
Yeah.
Dragon to e8, and it's the first time in the game where Daniel is actually doing something active here. But it should burn out soon. But at
Not
least
sure you should have gone the queen to a4. They allowed that with temper.
Yeah. Is there still something here? Where is the queen going, by the way? Queen has to drop back to a8, it seems. And but
well, can you go to a3 and just swap off queens? Is there a problem with that?
Yeah, maybe a3. Watu is
very
hesitant. Yeah, he's been aiming at a8 and then a5.
No, he wants to give mates and all that type of thing. But okay, that's 96. That's not really 96. Eh? Oh, he thinks about it again.
So queen a8.
I think I would just go queen a3. Queen a3.
I would have played queen a3 as well. Queen a8 is on the board though. And Bungie,
I know you worry about double pawns and the open b file, but really you're not going to go to b3. What threats can there really be?
Bungie is suggesting rook a6 is the queen trapped. No, queen b8. D5 under attack.
Yeah, we can take on d5. But
yeah.
But to me, this is unnecessary complications that Watu's going for. I don't understand why he is. Why not just queen a3 and...
Queen a3,
what would c5?
C5.
Yeah, but then you've got not b3 and c5 is collapsing.
d5 is also collapsing. Everything is collapsing, yeah. Yeah, queen a3 looks like the most convincing.
Yeah. Okay, but the d5 is in trouble, yeah, anyway. So, I mean, yeah, the threat is just not b3, I guess, and then you can go dragon takes b6 and you threaten rook takes d5.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good. And knight d5 was just a very, very difficult. I mean, it's difficult to explain that blunder because it was just
knight d5.
So obviously,
I guess it's just him not having any active moves. Like he couldn't long castle. He was so stuck on the king side. Maybe that's a
Yeah,
suggestion from
yeah, what
Bungie.
White could do. So and that knight was quite nice on b6. There was no issue just yet. I think maybe you just had to rearrange on the queen side. Maybe start bringing queen to f8 and things like that.
Maybe that suggestion from Bungie, rook d8 wasn't a bad one. To try and
Maybe.
transfer the king to c8.
But so, I mean, look, some positions you just got to sit. What
Yeah.
can you do?
Yeah.
In fact, it's a well-known strategy against. And I don't say Daniel's a weaker player, but I'm saying we know a stronger player is playing a weaker player. A well-known strategy, and Watu knows this very well, is just to do nothing and wait for the person to, make an error.
Exactly.
In their own position, and that's what that knight d5 struck me as.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think that's it for the game, David. They have played queen b4 and dragon h4 is just a bit too much for Daniel over there. So that's the game. But that's true what you're saying, David, about that strategy. That is a useful tool. Players, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, interesting game over there. Daniel, it seemed like your queen got into hot water early over there, but you got out of it somehow.
I was trying to do some sort of strange things in the opening, but just got crushed. Obviously, it didn't work at all.
Yeah, maybe the question that we have is that perhaps it seemed like you got out of it a bit. Perhaps knight d5 was that maybe not the key mistake, but it seemed like you couldn't do much at all.
There's no real sort of counterplay. I was hoping for knight d5 and then playing some sort of c5 queenside counter attack, but it's never going to happen because of that weak d6 square.
Yeah.
And also, I completely overlooked that f5 is so weak.
Yeah.
But I think sort of the biggest takeaway from this is just to sort of play normal classical chess and not try anything too drastic in the opening.
Yeah, what I would say is, to me, this one, like in normal Fischer random chess, in these positions with the bishop on g8 and queen on f8, I think f5 is a normal move because you open up for the bishop and you open up for the queen. But in this chess, I don't think it's going to bring out the queen quickly at all because the dragon ends up chasing it around.
I think f5 is probably okay here, but queen f6 is going to get punished one way or another. I think.
Yeah. But I do think Calvin's right. I do think Watu didn't punish you perhaps as you should have in the opening. I think there were maybe other options.
No, you know what? I mean, it's like everything else. It's a confidence game. I mean, once things go wrong in games before, you tend to be slightly more conservative in the approach than you normally would be because you are missing things.
Yes, because we saw like an option maybe right in the opening of just playing, after the knight got to b4, just playing e6, threatening queen, after d takes e6, queen b5 check, picking up the knight on b4, for example.
No, but that doesn't work. I saw that.
Can we check that out?
When was this, sorry?
That's when I saw it. I thought I would be surprised if that because I was looking at that.
A move or two later didn't work when there isn't a pawn on d5, because then you can go dragon c6. But if you do it while there's a pawn on d5, I'm not sure what he can do. I mean, he might have to.
You mean now?
Instead of dragon to e3.
Okay, this I missed completely.
So you're saying d takes e6, d takes e6, then queen b5 check.
Okay, but it's gonna be
I mean, there might be some compensation tricks, but
but the problem is the b7 pawn also falls.
Yeah.
But I played knight c6 there, no?
No, okay, but knight c6, but queen b7. This is
rook b8. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not good at all.
No. The dragon protects. So okay, not possible. So then
we can still play queen a6 there, though.
But then I take the knight, then dragon takes some little bit of compensation,
Yeah, and you're not fully developed. Maybe it was just easier just to develop and keep the advantage. But yeah, that seemed very interesting, the queen b5 idea. Some technical.
Yeah, but you see, what I'm saying is that I was afraid of. Normally, I would look at that, but now because of the confidence, I'm not looking at tactics like more than 2 moves deep. Because at the back of my mind, I'm thinking I'm gonna miss something and blunder. So I'm trying to keep it simple somehow, you know.
Yeah. So yeah.
Always
So
the psychological part of it.
it's been a grueling event for both of you guys. It's been fun as well. It's been fun for us watching. Well done to Watu now for winning this mini. Okay, it's been 1-1 in the mini match, but well done for actually clinching third spot with.
Yeah, but okay. But normally I expected actually. I mean, Daniel is normally much more tougher. I mean, you know, but I expected a tough fight, but he actually sort of gave it to me with his queen moves, and it was very easy to play for me, you know. Well, I expected a much tougher fight. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely, and so yeah, but Watu ending up on 2 points, 2 out of 6. That was actually your first victory in the tournament with a couple of draws as well. Daniel also having one victory against Watu, but no draw. So Watu ends up on 2 out of 6, and Daniel on 1 out of 6. So
but at least, sorry, but at least I'm happy Daniel managed to beat me, and I still got third, because I mean, to get 0 is like a psychological madness. Eh? You spend about a month just suffering, you know. So at least you pick up a point, you know. It's not so bad.
I remember years ago, you beat the late Ronnie Fantonda 7-0 in a match, but when it came to playing for the SA Open title, you lost to him.
Sorry?
I remember you beat him 7-0 in a match, but when it came to playing for the SA Open title, the real critical game, not a friendly match, he beat you.
Yes.
Yeah, this
in the first game, SA closed. Yeah.
This is what happens in chess. Yeah, chess seems to get you when you don't expect it. So yeah. But yeah, Magnus Carlson, Greg 1 in the chat box also says, well done, Sir Watu. But well done to everybody in the tournament. It's been a very exciting one. Thanks, David, as well for joining us again today with your commentary. It's been great having you. Thanks,
Greg.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, sure. And then thanks to Watu, Kobese, and Daniel Barrish, both players, for also joining us for this special event. It's our first online male section Paradigm Chess 30 event. It's been a brilliant one. So the final standings, if we can just finish off with this last one for the final standings, the Paradigm Kings champion is International Master Mohammed Henry Steele with 5.5 out of 6. Second place is Craig Willenberg with 3.5 out of 6. Third place is International Master Watu Kobese with 2 out of 6. And then in fourth place is FIDE Master Daniel Barrish with 1 out of 6. So yeah, it's been super entertaining. Guys, don't forget to like the Paradigm Chess 30 Facebook page, and don't forget to check out this tournament and 4 Queens and more on my YouTube channel, Calvin Klaassen Chess. And if you haven't done so yet, press the follow button to stay up to date on the channel. We have lots and lots more of excitement and fun stuff and instructive things to do on the channel. We will resume with our normal program as well. I think this coming Tuesday we have another London lecture. So stay tuned for that.
May I just thank? I'd like to thank the organizers. Thank you for the invite to Lorenzo Fanikek. Thank you to Mrs. Chantel Fanikek for Health and Beauty for sponsoring. Thank you for hosting the event, and thank you to other players. Very entertaining, stressful, but nice event.
Thanks so much, Watu. And I think Watu did.
Echo what Watu said. Just thank you, Calvin. Thank you to the organizers as well. It was fun, even So.
Thanks, Daniel. And it's been great to have you all. And just like what you said, thanks to the people that made this tournament possible. Lorenzo always organizing fantastic events with fantastic prize money, and just everything about the events are great. So thanks to him for organizing this event, and to our sponsor, DDG Beauty and Health, and everybody that was part of this event, the commentators, the viewers, the new followers, the players. Thank you so much, guys. Hope to see you guys soon for another PC 30 event in the near future. So yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks David, Watu, and Daniel. Have a nice rest of the day, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers everybody.
Bye, everyone. Bye, David.
Cheers.
Bye,
Thank you.
time.
Cheers. Bye.